Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Sheen, your host. This is Money Matters. In this channel, we talk about money, finance, how to grow your money, how to invest your money, how to make money work hard for you. I show you all my screenshots of the buys and sells in my portfolio, in my public portfolio. I like to remain transparent. So if you guys are interested in a channel that documents trades, stock portfolio trades, and shows you screenshots exactly what I'm doing, consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. It helps me spread my channel, spread my video to other people. I appreciate it a lot. I am over 500 subscribers, so I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. It's just really humbling that I'm producing content and people are watching my content and hopefully getting some value out of it. All right, so with that out of the way, we're going to talk about our video today. It's going to be about Tesla. Tesla is my biggest holding. There's probably hundreds of other people that cover Tesla, and I'm probably one of the smallest people that cover Tesla, so probably not going to get a lot of views on this. So if you are watching this, you're supporting the channel, and I really appreciate it. So let's get into it. Here is Tesla. They're closing roughly at their all-time highs. They closed on Thursday, July 2nd, at 1208.66. Their all-time high is just not far from that, 1228. And so, sorry, yeah, 1228 is their 52-week high, and that is their all-time high. They've reached a market cap of over $200 billion, so $224 billion, which is absolutely unbelievable. Just 1 year ago, they were trading in, I think, like the $100 to $200 range. And today we're talking about them at over $1,200. I got in at Tesla just at the end of November, around November last year. And I was buying at a price point anywhere from, I was like high 300s to 400s. And so I have Tesla in pretty much all of my accounts. My price ranges from average of low 400s to high 500s. So it's unbelievable. I mean, just maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, if you were to tell anybody that Tesla, this little startup battery electric vehicle company, was going to be more valuable than, let's say, ExxonMobil. Let's look ExxonMobil trading at $44 today and are at the close of July 2nd, a market cap of $186 billion. So Tesla is over $200. If you were to say that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, everyone will probably just laugh at you. ExxonMobil was just a monster, a beast of a company, and to say that this little startup company was going to overtake ExxonMobil was just nuts. And it's unbelievable that this transition is happening now. The whole EV market is just on fire. Companies like Nikola, Workhorse, obviously Tesla, there's so many out there. Plug Power is another one of them that I'm going to cover soon. All these EV, battery electric, alternative fuel companies are just on fire. Everyone is talking about them. And Tesla is leading the way. I do think this is probably some type of bubble. They'll call it an EV bubble. And eventually it'll bust, but it will definitely change the whole market. Some of these companies are going to run up massively, but they will come back down in their valuations. But for the most part, the whole landscape of the energy sector and the automobile sector, I think, has been changed forever. And again, Tesla is leading the way. So a lot of people are interested in getting in Tesla because they see this run up, but they look at the price. Oh man, it's $1,200, and it's just too expensive. But most people that are invested in Tesla are not invested in Tesla for the current price, for the current market, for their current revenues, for their current income. Most people that invest right now, we're not interested in what they're doing this quarter or next quarter, what their numbers are. That's pretty much insignificant. It's great that they're posting good numbers, but most investors in Tesla are looking into the long term, basically into their core technology, as what Tesla is calling it, into their full self-driving, the autopilot hardware, their vehicle software, and their battery and powertrain. They are way ahead of all the competitors in their battery and their self-driving technology. So that is what I'm personally invested in for the long run, for the next 5, 10, 15 years, what they're going to do with bringing their batteries in-house, driving the cost of batteries lower and lower, charge times lower and lower, and their self-driving autopilot software. That's going to be a game changer. And that is what most people that are invested in Tesla why they're invested in Tesla. Not just because they're posting, decent revenues this quarter and they're growing revenues. That's great, but their evaluation, their market cap of $200 billion, they're trading for over $1,200. The reason why people are invested in it, that Tesla, true Tesla believers, is in the long run, all the future stuff, not concerned about the revenues, the vehicles that they're selling today. So here's a chart. I showed this chart before. This is from Lex Friedman. He does a lot of AI research, artificial intelligence out of MIT. And so he keeps track of all the autopilot miles that Tesla has. And currently Tesla has over 3 billion autopilot miles and projected to have over 5 billion autopilot miles by 2021. And just to give you a comparison, Waymo, another company that does self-driving, this is a spin-off from Google. This is from their own report. They're reporting 20 million miles, 20 million real-world miles for their self-driving. And so that just shows you the data that Tesla has is just unmatched. There's the only way you're going to get to full self-driving is to have all the data points of the roads, what the vehicle, what the software is going to do in whatever situation. That's the only way a company is going to be able to completely have level 5 full self-driving. And so again, what people are invested in, like myself, is their future of self-driving, and also therefore the Robotaxi network, basically replacing Uber. Instead of having drivers, you have automatic vehicles, automatic Teslas driving around, picking up people, dropping off people with no driver. So the last thing I want to hit on is Tesla's profitability in Q2. If they post a profit in Q2, they're going to be eligible for the S&P 500. And that is a super, super important landmark for Tesla and Tesla holders, because once Tesla is able to join the S&P 500, a lot of index funds are going to be forced to buy Tesla stock. And that's going to put a huge amount of buying pressure on Tesla stock. And there's just a finite amount of Tesla stock, so the price is going to keep on going up. So once they post their Q2 numbers, which is expected at the end of July, and if they post a profit, you're going to see Tesla stock go well over $1,200, $1,300, maybe even $1,500. So that is super important. And so my thinking is, if somebody is interested in Tesla, it might be a good time, and this is not financial advice, but it might be a good time to consider getting into Tesla before the end of July, when they announce their profitability for Q2. They already released their numbers. They produced, I believe, over 92,000 vehicles in Q2. That is the time frame where their factory was shut down, and so they surprised everybody. I think numbers were projected to be about 70,000, and they did over 90,000, so nearly 20,000 more than what people were expecting. So it all comes down to if they are able to post a profit. If they are, I think that is game over for everybody. S&P 500 inclusion, Tesla stock is going to be legitimate in a lot of bears' eyes. A lot of people that doubted them, a lot of people that didn't believe them. S&P 500 inclusion means that it's kind of like the last hurdle that Tesla was able to cross in the eyes of Wall Street. If you're in the S&P 500, you are now one of the biggest companies in the United States. So that's the final thing I'm going to touch upon. Guys, if you find any value in my videos, consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up, really helps out the channel. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.